Yeah, let's see here. Man, I hate this thing. Well, for those who followed the last stream, I'm back. What did I learn? Well, I learned that I was tail heavy and that the airplane was running too fast. I also believe it needs another 1/4 ounce of tip weight. Now they say make one change at a time. But I've been flying long enough that I can tell what I need pretty darn quick. So before I forget, I am going to, I think I can get this done. No, I can't. I wanted to go back to the Randy spinner. I'll have to take this over John's and drill this out on the lathe. And then, of course, polish it up because it looks like hell. But in case there's a flight coming up, I'm going to swap the spinners back out. That one weighs 7 grams. This one weighs... this one weighs... 30. So that's a difference of 7, 30, 23 grams. That should do it. So let's do that. We'll change that out. I probably should have left it where I had it. Of course, I got to clean this thing up too. I don't want it sitting. Oh yeah, thank you. So let's go back to the other spinner. Okay, what happened to the mice? Let's see here. We got 8 and 4. We had a really good crowd watching this stupid thing. I guess you guys wanted to see what would happen if it hit the ground. But we didn't hit the ground. So let's swap this out. That's all right. I've already made up my mind. I'm going to take the old shoe. This motor will go back in the other airplane. I'm not going to do that tonight. I'll probably do one more test flight with this motor. I'm going to take the other engine over to John's this weekend. We'll run a gallon of fuel through it, or half a gallon anyway. Get her broke in. That's a 14. There's a 13. And then I'll put this engine back in the June RXL. I'm thinking about doctoring it up, the paint up, so that I have a good backup airplane. Just in case I can't get this dial in before the Nats, because I swear I can take that airplane and put it on like an old shoe and fly a 500-point pattern. I don't even need any practice with it. It's just the way it is. So what am I doing? What a knucklehead. This goes with this. Knucklehead. We got her now. I'm pretty confident there won't be any problem dialing this in. How do you like them one flip starts after sitting since the Nats last year? I've been running Super Tigers ever since they came out. I had the first round head when they came out before they had muffler lugs. So I know how to set these up. That I went back and I listened to the flight. That was not quite breaking like it's supposed to. So it was way too lean. There we go. There we go. So we're in good shape there. I've opened it up. I've opened it up 3/4 of a turn. No, it wasn't breaking at all. It's got to slow way down. Of course, I think I was running 10% fuel too. That's not good at this time of year yet. I should be running 7.5 or 5%. Let's get this puppy cleaned up so it can sit on the floor. We'll probably sand a little bit tonight. Let's see, I need my shine bag. There. I got the shine bag here. Wax and dries pretty good. Hey, Danny. Yeah. We didn't do much. We just, I just wanted to get the first flight out of the way. The first flight was screaming. It was like a 4.8, 4.9 lap time. It was ridiculous. But that was my first flight of the season on a brand new airplane. So that was my second flight, was the last flight since last year's Nats. So I got a couple of months to get my act together. And for you guys who don't fly stunt competitively, it may look easy, especially at the end of the season, because I'm a much better pilot at the end of the season than I am at the beginning. But trust me, it takes a lot of practice. Now, you guys have come up watching this airplane being built 1 hour a day. I could have lost this airplane today in a millisecond. It only takes, I mean, it happens so fast. It's ridiculous. Might have to move the lead outs too. But we'll go with a couple of trim changes. So we change the spinner. That adds 1/2 ounce of nose weight. We're going to put a 1/4 ounce of tip weight in it. Get all the slime cleaned off of this thing. Wonder how much tip weight I got in it. Or if I even have any here. I know I got some solder. But all in all, for you guys who didn't believe the test flight of that airplane in Huntersville going through a pattern, you just saw that I don't play around. You know, if it's not going to perform, if it's not going to work, I don't want to monkey with it. And right now, I mean, the airplane is going to take some work. But if I can't get it dialed in within about 10 flights, I'll go back to the old shoe and start practicing with it. So I figure about 10 flights and it should be usable. I mean, you're always doing something on it. But the wings were level. This airplane right here weighs 60.65. So now it probably weighs 61, but we're going to add because I added a half an ounce. So let's see what we got here for tip weight. I got some magnets, Dan, somewhere. I had them. They're probably hiding now. They attach themselves to something. I brought 6 of them home. Oh, here they are. I got 6 powerful rare earth magnets. And man, they are strong. So I'm going to drill some holes in this and epoxy these into my box that Dan made for me. So I can put my square and my machinist scale and blah, 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 this, that, and the other on there. See, I need a knife. Haven't had this tip weight box off. We got a half ounce in there. So I will add one more square if I can find one. This stuff here is valuable. This is lead, sheet lead. So I got to put this on the scale and get me a 1/4 ounce. And then we'll weigh the airplane and see how much it picked up. It's almost a 1/4. 0.2. So a 1/4 would be 7 grams, right? 14. Shit, 14. Oh, that's a pound. 7 grams. So that's a 1/4 ounce right there. Okay, 1/4 ounce. We're gonna wad this up. Stick that baby in there. Looks like I've dropped my screw. Knucklehead, it's probably on the floor, gets sucked up in the vacuum. Okay. My Junar flew right off the bench. I mean, there was zero trimming. I did that right on. And this is close, but so we took everybody's advice, one thing at a time. Ha ha. No, here's the screw right here. Let's see here. It goes around like that. Yep, that's the right one. Got white paint on its head. I need a bowling driver. That's too small. Wherever you go. There we go. Of course, it's going to give me a fit getting it back in there. Yep, gonna have a fit getting it in there. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the first of the at the field videos. I think by the looks of it, I need to make a video. That was a live stream today out at the field, and my little phone does not take good pictures. I think I need to take my video camera, and that way we can actually see what's going on. I'll have to cut and edit them. Or would you guys rather I do the live streaming? I will stream the gnats, but because I don't want to do all that editing for the gnats. And now that I have the internet in my pocket, I can even do the live 180 building. Okay, that's that. All right. Got the bugs all over it. Did you guys see the geese come through? The low-flying, free-flight airplane? They were honking and bonking. Had to run them off. Oh, I got... Shoot, there's a dent in it already. How the hell did that happen? Must be from the car. That's the only bad thing about balsa wood. It dents really easy. It's not a big dent, but I'll get it out with a little heat and a paper towel before the gnats. I'm sure it'll get some hanger rash before I get there anyway. They always do. Superfill went up from $28 to $36. So I was talking about the prices of dope and things, and I thought the dope, the white dope was 58. It was 80 the last time I bought it. It was 96 this time, so it's a difference of $16. Superfill went up 28 to 36 is $8. So if you guys are going to get your supplies, get them in now, because you ain't seen nothing yet. When the gas hits $5 a gallon, everything will double. And that $5 a gallon gas is coming. Trust me. I was watching, I think I mentioned this already. I was watching a YouTube channel from a car manufacturer for performance parts. They're edging out performance parts, and they're going to do away with internal combustion engine cars by 2035. Now you think, that's a long ways off. No, it ain't. They want us to be riding the bus. So here's my challenge to all you modelers. And here's what we need to do. I'm going to still model, but I'm going to work on a vehicle that doesn't cost anything to run. We need to put our heads together and build something powered by whatever. You want to do electric, that's cool, whatever, but it needs to be self-contained electric car, meaning you don't have to charge it. You know, we have to figure out some kind of photo cell or whatever. More video from the field. Yes, dope is getting very expensive, especially, and I'll bet. But we need to come up with something, and we need to get that out there and not worry about making money on it. Just get it out there so that they can't squash it. Because look what Tesla did. Tesla has a way to transmit electricity through the air. They took his papers, HHO gas. I don't know what that is. They took Tesla's papers and they disappeared. They don't want that technology out there. I mean, there's all kind of stuff out there that we need to get on top of this, guys. And us modelers are smart enough, and especially when it starts costing me that much money or whatever, I'm not riding the bus, and I'm not going to sit and wait 16 hours for a car to charge up. So we need to figure something out. I had often thought about a friction car. And you say, well, what the heck is that? Do you guys remember when we were kids? You'd buy a Japanese little toy car. It had a great big wheel inside it, and you rev it up by pushing the car back and forth. Well, obviously you can't rev a car up like that. But why couldn't we have some type of big flywheel in a car run by some type of electric motor, and you use that inertia from that flywheel to drive the damn car? So the electric motor would spin it in one direction, And then it would be on a clutch because obviously that freewheeling electric motor or freewheeling weight would overrun the motor once it got up to RPM, and then it would just be on a clutch, and then you put it in drive and go. It wouldn't, you're using the engine to drive the giant flywheel, and the flywheel could be made cheaply out of concrete. I know, pretty crazy, but I'm not going to let them beat me. Okay, let me get this up here. So, the aspiration of the day, we still might get this one done for the Nats. But I got to have time to dial this one in too. Bad Chad using Windex as a cleaner. That's all I ever use. And Chad, he painted a beautiful Jaguar. I mean, super straight black top. So my question to him was, it looks really great, but can you do it in a quart? I think he probably used about 3/4 of a gallon. Maybe a gallon, I don't know. Can't do that on an airplane. Well, I don't think there's going to be much sanding tonight. We've been on 27 minutes. I'm kind of whooped after going out to the field. There won't be any flying tomorrow night. The weather's supposed to be crap. So it'll be back to the sanding board. This is pretty close. We might get some white paint on it this weekend. It looks like what's going to have to happen with this airplane, because I had a dent there and a dent there, and I repaired those dents. Repaired those dents. It needs to be repainted white. Well, I'm not going to just go over to John's and paint this area white. I'll paint the whole airplane and put the cockpit in, or the canopy on, get it all feathered in, and then just paint this much of it. And that'll all bury no problem when I put the clear on it. But I got to make haste if I'm going to make the cut for getting this to the Nationals. And you ask, why do I want to fly this at the Nationals? It's a big block, especially when the Nats are in June. In July, I can run the Super Tigers. In June, you want to run the big block motors, the 75s. And the reason being is going to be hot. So it's going to be high nitro, 10 to 15%. And it's going to be windy. And a big block will pull the wind a lot better than the Super Tiger will pull the wind okay. Oh, I wanted to weigh that and see how much weight I picked up. Let's see. It was 60.65 yesterday. When I flew it, today it was 60.65. We change the spinner out, put a 1/4 ounce of tip weight. I think that'll help. I think it can't hurt, that's for sure. I might have to cut into the stabilizer and slow the controls down a little bit. It now weighs, ooh, almost fell over, 61 ounces even. No, not yet. It's bumping between 61 and 61.05, but 61 even. So 58. It's 3 ounces heavier than the other one. Should be all right. Let's check and see where it balances now. It still might need that Randy spinner. Oh yeah, the body work has to be perfect. That's why you're never going to see a black airplane out of my, not that I can't do it, it's just it would be extremely heavy. Yes, it will. It will soften the elevator response. Now, when you're flying along and the engine quits and the tail droops, you're tail heavy. If you're flying along and you got a good rocket path, you're nose heavy. If it's hard to turn. Now, if you watch those flights, the last flight that I did with that airplane, and John even mentioned bobble. Well, you can do one of two things. You can add some nose weight, which I did, or you can narrow the handle spacing. Well, I don't like narrowing the handle spacing because you have to crank the handle so much. So I like to widen up the handle spacing and get it so that it tracks well. Another thing that I noticed about this, it floated into the wind, meaning that it's tail heavy, especially inverted. When you come around into the wind and it's floating, it's dropping the tail. That means it's tail heavy. So I put a difference of, let's see, that one was 30 or 20. I can't remember now. This one is, mode. There we go. Grams. There we go. This one is 7 grams, and the other one was what I say. I'll have to go back and watch. 20 or 30. It was a difference of 20 some grams. So 20 grams is a little over half an ounce. But this one is 7 grams. These are the unobtainium spinners. So what I'm getting at here is you can use different parts. You don't want to add concentrated weight anywhere. If you have to take a Harry Higley hub that's 2 ounces or whatever, you built your airplane wrong. You got too much paint on it. And if there was a way that I could take weight off the tail, it would be better. But because I don't have my tail wheel is built into the rudder, I don't have the way to do that. So I'm going to have to swap the parts around. You can also add a steel a drive nut or a drive washer or whatever, but you really want to stay away from adding any big concentrated piece of lead, because you can feel that in the airplane. So I'm thinking that spinner change and the tip weight change will give me what I need. We'll see on the next go around. I might have to slow the controls down. I have them sped up quite a bit. It's flying off the tail, but we'll see if it does that on the next go around. But the big giveaway is when the engine quits. All right, guys, that's about all I got on the recap. I really appreciate you watching and supporting the channel. Hit the like button. We've had, I don't know, we got 14 in there now, but only 7 likes. I mean, those likes, even the dislikes, help quite a bit. It's called engagement. So if you could leave a comment after the video's over, leave a comment in the comment section telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about or whatever, and we'll go from there. So I'll be back tomorrow night with another sanding video. An exciting night of sanding. The guy over on Bad Chat said, "Hey, Sparky, he got 6 days of sanding." That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. I mean, there'll be 30 more. 6 days, yeah, right. Well, whatever. I've gone a month or so, 2 months sanding. So that's just the way it is. Sand. If you're going to be a good builder, you're going to be a good sander. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you tomorrow night. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.